Chip Gaines, the beloved star of Fixer Upper, is dealing with an emotional problem that has fans shocked. This is happening after years of showing their lives and home renovation journeys on TV. Joanna has been given a heartbreaking diagnosis that will change everything for their family. Join us as we follow their story as it unfolds, and how they're dealing with this unexpected challenge together. Joanna Gaines was born on April 19, 1978, in Wyer, Kansas, into a unique and multicultural family. Her parents, Nan and Jerry Stevens, came from very different backgrounds. Nan's mother was born and raised in South Korea, where she learned Korean traditions and values. Jerry's father, on the other hand, was born in the United States and grew up there. Their backgrounds were very different. But they met in Jerry Stevens was stationed in South Korea with the U.S. Army in 1969. Being in a foreign country exposed him to people and cultures he hadn't been exposed to before. While exploring the city, one day he met Nan, and the two quickly became connected. Despite the challenges of their cultural differences, they fell in love and eventually got married, starting a life together that was a bridge between their two very different cultures. Over time, they moved to the United States to raise a family and teach their children about their unique mix of Korean and American values. As a child, Joanna lived in a home where Korean and American values coexisted, giving her a varied upbringing that shaped her early years in many ways. Her mother Nan taught her about Korean customs, food, and the value of family, while her father's American upbringing exposed her to different points of view, creating a home where she could enjoy the best of both worlds. Joanna's life as a young girl in Kansas was hard because she came from a different cultural background than the other kids her age. How did this affect her as she started school? As an Asian American girl, going to mostly white schools, she had to deal with problems that were different from those she faced at home. Her background, which was a mix of Korean and American culture, was a big part of who she was, but at school, she had to deal with problems that were more related to her race. Being one of only a few Asian American students in her classes made her feel like an outsider, which wasn't always a good thing. Sometimes, her classmates didn't understand her background, which led to teasing and feeling alone. When Joanna was 12, her family moved to Austin, Texas, which was a big change. They left behind friends and the comforts of their Kansas home, but it also opened up new opportunities. Getting used to Austin came with its own set of challenges. Joanna had a hard time finding her place in a new school, but she eventually got used to it. A few years later, when she was in her junior year of high school, her family moved again, this time to Waco, Texas. Waco would become an important place in Joanna's life, even though she didn't know it at the time. Her father, Jerry, opened a Firestone tire franchise in the heart of Waco, which quickly became more than just a business for the Stevens family. She went to Baylor University and majored in communications. Her dream job was to be a broadcast journalist, a job that interested her because it combined telling stories and talking to people. Baylor gave her the chance to learn about the media, improve her public speaking skills, and get a better sense of how TV and radio shows were put together. She was determined to make a name for herself in journalism, and worked hard to get hands-on experience along the way. While she was at Baylor, Joanna took every opportunity she got closer to her dream by doing internships that gave her a real taste of the broadcast world. In Waco, she worked with KWTX, the local TV station, and KWBU radio, where she learned the ropes and how stories were put together and shared with the public. But one of the most memorable experiences of her life was when she got an internship with CBS's 48 Hours in New York City, hosted by the famous journalist Dan Rather. Moving to New York, even for a semester, was a big step for Joanna because it introduced her to the fast-paced world of national journalism and gave her the chance to work with experienced professionals on a major network program. Seeing a top-tier broadcast team in action made her want to become a journalist even more and gave her a better idea of what a career in media could be like. But even with this strong background in broadcast journalism, life was about to take Joanna in an unexpected direction that would completely change her career focus. What was it that in the end Chip Gaines was born on November 14, 1974, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He grew up in a loving family that valued support and encouragement. As the youngest of 3 children, Chip often found himself in a busy environment with the energy of his older sisters. His parents taught him a strong work ethic by stressing the importance of determination and hard work. His businessman father would often take Chip on work-related trips, giving him early exposure to the world of work. Chip's natural curiosity and resourcefulness were fostered by his family's closeness. He learned to be independent and to approach challenges with a positive attitude. His parents' support gave him confidence, which would later be very important in his business endeavors. Growing up in a close-knit family taught him the value of teamwork and collaboration, skills that would be very important as he worked with Joe on their future projects. Baylor University in Waco, Texas, was the next stop on his educational journey. He chose to major in business because he had always wanted to be an entrepreneur. While at Baylor, he immersed himself in his studies and learned about finance, marketing, and management. Outside of class, Chip was active in many clubs and activities that helped him become a better leader. He was always looking for internships and other chances to put what he had learned into practice. Putting what he learned in the classroom to use in the real world helped him learn how to run a business well. The relationships he made at Baylor would also play a big part in his future work, especially in the real estate and home renovation industries. Chip's desire to be an entrepreneur was clear from a young age. He started by selling firewood to neighbors and doing landscaping work in his neighborhood. These early ventures taught him how to be an entrepreneur. He learned important lessons about customer service, pricing, and how to build a good reputation. He also learned that hard work could pay off, which instilled in him a sense of responsibility and accountability. After graduating from Baylor, Chip moved into the construction industry and did a number of jobs that involved building and remodeling homes, including working for a construction company. These jobs gave him hands-on experience and a deep understanding of how homes are built and renovated. He learned about everything from framing to plumbing and electrical work, which gave him the skills he would later need to successfully flip houses. His early career was a mix of learning by doing and taking risks. He wasn't afraid to take chances, and his growing confidence in his skills led him to pursue his dream of owning a business. Each job he had helped him learn more about the real estate market and the potential for profit in home renovations. Chip's first investment in real estate was he found that he was good at finding properties that were undervalued and could be greatly improved. He would buy these older homes, which often needed a lot of work, and work hard to renovate them. He used his experience in construction to oversee the renovation process and make sure that every project met his high standards. His early successes in house flipping inspired him to learn more about the real estate market, and he started his own construction and real estate company. Chip was passionate about his business model, which focused on buying, fixing up, and selling homes, and he quickly built a reputation for doing good work. This change not only showed off his skills, but it also set the stage for his partnership with Joanna, who would later bring her design skills to their projects. As Chip's career progressed, he was ready for the next big step. How would his meeting with Joanna change everything? Meeting Chip Gaines. When Joanna graduated from Baylor, her life took an unexpected turn when she met Chip Gaines. This chance meeting would change her future in ways she never imagined. The two had both attended Baylor University at the same time, but had never met. On campus, after college, Joanna worked at her father's tire shop in Waco, and sometimes appeared in commercials for the family business. It was these commercials that first caught Chip's attention. He recognized her from them, and was interested in her. I was immediately drawn to her charm and personality, and decided to start a conversation. Their connection was quick and natural, leading to a relationship that grew quickly. In 2003, they got married, starting a life together full of both personal and professional adventures. Joanna soon gave up her dream job as a broadcast journalist to join Chip in his growing real estate and house flipping business. Chip brought years of experience and a natural sense of the housing market. While Joanna brought her, they worked together to create a unique partnership that combined Chip's practical renovation skills with Joanna's growing interest in design. Their hard work soon led to the opening of Magnolia Market in 2003, a small store in Waco that sold home decor items, chosen by Joanna. Magnolia Market was the perfect place for Joanna to share her love of design and creativity with the community. And she even started a blog to connect with people. She used it to share her journey with a wider audience, giving design tips, stories from her life with Chip, and glimpses into their family's everyday life. Her readers liked her for being honest and warm, and her following quickly grew through the blog. Chip and Joanna's talents and personalities started to get noticed beyond Waco, opening the door to opportunities they never imagined. But little did they know, this was just the start of a journey that would take them far beyond the walls of Magnolia Market. How did this small business become a national brand fixer-upper? As Joanna's blog grew and shared her design ideas and the progress of projects with Chip, it caught the attention of people outside of Waco. One of those readers was an executive from High Noon Entertainment, a production company that specializes in reality TV. The executive was interested in Joanna's unique style and the couple's interesting dynamic, and reached out to the Gaines with a simple but bold idea. After some initial talks, STS Chip and Joanna agreed to give it a try, excited about the chance to share their vision with a wider audience. This led to the creation of Fixer Upper, a show where Chip and Joanna would work with clients to turn rundown or abandoned homes into beautiful, welcoming homes. The idea was a perfect fit for their skills, as Chip's hands-on approach to construction and renovation went well with Joanna's attention to detail and design. Fixer Upper started on HGTV, and viewers were immediately captivated by the couple's chemistry, humor, and undeniable warmth. They made home renovations not only approachable, but also inspiring, showing viewers that with the right touches, any house could become a dream home. Over time, Fixer Upper became more than just a popular show. It made Chip and Joanna household names. Viewers connected with their honest, down-to-earth personalities and dedication to family values. The show's success brought national attention, was soon drawn to Waco, and soon people from all over the country were visiting Magnolia Market to experience the Gaines' style and friendly spirit for themselves. As Fixer Upper continued to gain popularity, it opened new doors for Chip and Joanna, letting them grow their business and brand in ways they hadn't imagined. So what came next for this unstoppable duo? Fixer Upper made its debut on HGTV in 2013 and quickly won the hearts of viewers across America from the first episode. People were drawn to Chip and Joanna's dynamic partnership, their natural chemistry, sense of humor, and genuine care for their clients set the show apart from other home renovation shows. In each episode, they showcased their skills in a way that felt relatable and inspiring. As the show became more popular, it changed and grew in many ways. The couple took on bigger projects, changing not only homes, but also whole neighborhoods. They also came up with new design styles that combined rustic charm with modern looks. Fixer Upper quickly became a cultural phenomenon, and people all over the world wanted to copy Joanna's signature style, which included shiplap walls, farmhouse sinks, and cozy, inviting spaces. With the rise of their fame, Chip and Joanna had to balance their growing careers with their family life. During this time, they had 5 children: Drake, Ella, Duke, Emmy, and Crew. Despite their busy schedules, Joanna made it a priority to create a nurturing environment for her kids. She often shared her ideas on family-centered design, stressing the importance of warm, functional spaces where families could connect and make lasting memories together. This focus on family and togetherness became a central theme in their work, which struck a chord with their audience. The success of Fixer Upper not only changed the Gaines' lives, but it also had a big effect on the town of Waco. More people came to see the homes they had seen on TV and experience the warmth of the Magnolia. As Fixer Upper continued to do well, Chip and Joanna used their fame to give back to the community by highlighting local businesses and charities on the show. What other exciting projects would Chip and Joanna take on next? Antioch Community Church in 2016. As Chip and Joanna Gaines reached new heights of popularity with Fixer Upper, they were subject to a lot of public scrutiny over their personal beliefs and religious affiliations. A lot of this scrutiny came after reports about the Gaineses, a non-denominational Christian church in Waco, Texas, led by Pastor Jimmy Septerbert, has a connection to the Gaines. The church has traditional views on marriage, openly opposing marriage and advocating for a conservative interpretation of Christian values. For some fans and members of the media, the Gaineses' connection to Antioch raised questions about their views on LGBTQ+ rights. Even though neither Chip nor Joanna had publicly spoken out on these issues at the time, their church's stance led to there was debate about whether their beliefs aligned with those teachings, which led to more media coverage. Outlets looked into whether the Gaines were inclusive in their business practices and personal lives. In public statements, the couple continued to focus on family and home design, as usual, but this time put their personal beliefs in the spotlight in a way that was new for them. The media's focus on their church affiliation was a complicated time in their public life. On the one hand, it brought them more attention. On the one hand, it showed how many fans supported them and how much they valued being honest and kind. As their fame grew, Chip and Joanna seemed to try to find a balance between staying true to their values and respecting the wide range of people who had come to admire their work. Legal issues in 2017. As Fixer Upper continued to do well, Chip and Joanna Gaines faced a new challenge that got both legal and public attention. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, fined them. Plaintiffs sued Magnolia Homes, saying the company didn't follow safety rules about lead-based paint during renovations. This was because of the EPA's renovation repair and painting rule, which requires strict guidelines to minimize exposure to lead-based paint, especially in older homes, where lead paint was commonly used. Lead paint particles are known to be harmful to health, especially for children and pregnant women, and the EPA's rules are meant to stop dangerous exposure. Magnolia Homes did not always follow the right containment procedures to control lead. Dust in several renovations featured on Fixer Upper, and the show did not adequately warn viewers about the dangers of lead paint removal. Magnolia Homes was fined about $40,000, and they were required to adopt stricter safety practices. This incident not only brought attention to how important lead safety is, but it also put Chip and Joanna in a tough spot. They agreed to pay the fine. The show sparked discussions among fans and the public about safety and regulatory compliance in home renovations, especially on TV shows where complicated processes may be sped up for entertainment purposes. While some viewers were disappointed, many praised Chip and Joanna's quick actions to address the problem and take responsibility. The experience was a learning moment in their growing business journey and brought attention to the. Although this setback occurred, Chip and Joanna used the EXP experience to strengthen their dedication to quality and safety standards, which would continue to guide their actions as they grew their ventures. Pregnancy worries. In early 2017, Joanna and Chip Gaines announced that they were expecting their fifth child, a boy named KW. This happy news brought them great joy and excitement for their growing family. But it also caused Joanna worries during her pregnancy. She was worried about possible health problems because she had had problems with previous pregnancies and children. She and Chip were cautious about the journey ahead. Joanna shared her fears with her followers, talking about how she felt about the responsibility of bringing a new life into the world. She said that, like many parents, she worried about the health of her unborn child and the problems they might face. The couple had a number of prenatal tests to track the baby's development. A time of excitement and worry as they waited for news about Crew's health. As the months went by, Joanna continued to focus on her family, her work with Magnolia, and getting ready for Crew's arrival. She shared updates on social media and interacted with fans and friends who offered their support and encouragement. The love and positive energy from her followers helped ease some of her worries as she got closer to her due date, which was finally in June 2018. Joanna and Chip welcomed their son KW into the world. The whole family was filled with joy and relief. KW was born healthy, and Joanna felt so grateful that she took to social media to share the news, telling everyone how happy she was and thanking them for their support during her pregnancy. Crew's birth not only brought Joanna and Chip a lot of happiness, but it also strengthened their bond as a family. It showed how strong they are and how well they can handle problems in their personal and professional lives. Crew's arrival marked a beautiful new chapter in the Gaines family's life, showing how much they valued family, often putting their kids' health ahead of everything else. Many people wondered how the Gaines family would continue to balance their growing business with the needs of a growing family. Chip's heart attack in 2017, at the age of 43. Chip Gaines had a heart attack that shocked and changed his life and the lives of his family members. The sudden nature of the event scared Chip's family, fans, and friends. He had been feeling sick, and even though he was normally very active, something felt off. After the heart attack, he was rushed to the hospital, where doctors checked out his condition and found that he had a blockage in one of his arteries. This was scary for Joanna and their children, who relied on Chip as a partner, a father, and an important part of their lives. His family rallied around him during this difficult time. Chip had surgery to remove the blockage. This was needed to get blood flowing properly again, and make sure his heart could work properly again. After surgery, Chip had a long road to recovery. The experience made him rethink his lifestyle choices, especially when it came to diet and exercise. He realized how important it was to take better care of his health for himself and his family. After his recovery, Chip made significant changes to his lifestyle. Chip made changes to his lifestyle to improve his heart health. He started eating more whole foods and less processed foods, and he started working out regularly, which helped him regain his strength and energy. Chip was open about his journey, sharing updates with fans and encouraging others to put their health first. Joanna supported Chip through this change, and together they talk about how important family and health are in their lives. This experience not only strengthened their relationship, but it also Chip's heart attack woke up the whole family and made them focus on their health and make positive changes together. Joanna's back surgery in December 2022. Joanna Gaines had a major health challenge when she had back surgery. The surgery was the result of an injury she sustained as a high school cheerleader that had been bothering her for a long time and was getting harder to deal with. Joanna was known for being very busy with work, family, and different projects, but the pain was getting in the way of her daily life. She didn't want to have surgery, so she thought about it for a long time and how it would affect her life and career. After talking to doctors and specialists, she decided that surgery was the only way to get rid of the pain and improve her quality of life. The surgery was meant to fix the problems in her back that had been causing her pain. Because Joanna was in pain for so long, the recovery process was hard for her. After the surgery, she had to take time off to properly heal. This time of rest was important because it helped her body recover and gain strength. During this time, Joanna thought about how important it was to take care of herself, not only for her health, but also so she could be there for her family and keep working. She learned to value the balance between health and work. Pushing through pain to meet the demands of her busy life wasn't going to work. The surgery made her put herself first and make it clear that her health should come first. She started to share her journey with her followers, encouraging them to listen to their bodies and take the steps they need to heal. Recently, Joanna Gaines has made the choice to cut back on her public life after the show Fixer Upper and the Magnolia brand became huge hits. Chip and Joanna wanted to focus on their family and their growing business. With 5 kids, Joanna wanted to make sure she was there for family moments and milestones. This change let her step away from the spotlight and put her personal life first. As Joanna quit TV, she focused on the growth of the Magnolia brand, which meant refining their vision for Magnolia and exploring new ventures, while keeping the heart and values of their business. Joanna's focus shifted toward by making spaces and products that truly reflected her family's lifestyle. She made sure that the brand stayed true to them and their community. Reflecting on their journey, the couple celebrated their 20th wedding anniversary, which was a big moment in their lives. It was not only a time to celebrate their love, but also a chance to think about their personal and professional legacy. They have talked about their journey through marriage, parenthood, and business. With a focus on the along the way, Joanna often talks about how important it is to keep a healthy balance for herself and the whole family. Joanna and Chip's changing priorities show their dedication to both their family and their brand, making sure they continue to grow in ways that reflect their values. As Chip and Joanna get through this tough time, their journey reminds us of the strength of love and family. Even though this diagnosis brings uncertainty, it also shows the fans all over the world are cheering for them and can't wait to see how their story goes. If you want to learn more about Joanna's trip and stay up to date on Chip, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for our latest videos.